Denim is our financial partner. We feel like Denim is an extension of our team. I was working at a large building materials distributor. I was running logistics for them. And honestly, we were getting beaten up really bad, right? I think the whole market was just sort of had lost its mind post-COVID. And so we had a lot of carriers that we were working with that that were fleeing us as a business, right? The company I was working for. And there really wasn't a lot that we could do for them from the shipper side. And so, I just sat down with a handful of the most important carriers that we had been working with at the time, people I'd known for a long time, and just asked them like, hey man, what do we need to do to keep you as a carrier? And they said, well, we need, these things. And it was really consistent between the 6 or 7 carriers that I had talked to. And it became obvious to me that there was nothing we were going to be able to do from the shipper side of the business to be able to satisfy a lot of those things. But a 3PL could, right? A 3PL could manage that. And so I just kind of got with them and said, look, hey, what if we built a new entity? It sort of sits in the middle. Nothing really changes for you operationally, but we can add all these benefits. And they agreed. And so that was sort of the birthplace of Peregrine, was sort of figuring out really how to deliver more value to the carrier base to keep them on the business that the shipper really needed them to be on. We're a driver-focused organization and a carrier-focused organization.
The anti-broker.
We're the anti-broker. We really want to focus on being one of the best employers in the space. And we see our drivers and our carriers similarly in that respect. We don't beat them down on rate, right? Like, we know there are some lanes, for instance, that are like our competitors are paying people $500, $600 on a load. And we start at $8 on that same lane. And we know that sort of limits us from a competitiveness perspective in the marketplace, but I'm just not willing to pay somebody below a market rate to do a job. We want to be the anti-broker. We want to be very focused on our industry, focused on our carriers, taking care of our people. We came to Denim with one very specific problem that we needed help solving, right? Cash flow. We were very limited in what we were able to do because we had made commitments to our carriers to pay them quickly. But when we were doing it all within our own cash reserves, right, we were basically shelling out more money than we were collecting. And it was really difficult. So we said, we need help with someone to help essentially float the cash, right? Denim was the mechanism by which we could make and keep our commitments to our carriers. Right? We knew that this was a big thing that our carriers were asking for and needing. And we were not able to grow by trying to keep that commitment to them. Mm-hmm. And so we needed somebody to help us keep that commitment. And that's where you guys came in. And really, our growth, which has been a very strong J curve, and we're very proud of it. But our growth would not have been possible without them. One of the biggest pieces for us from the technology perspective is y'all. I mean, you guys have been a huge part of helping us stay ahead of the tech side, both on the payment side, but also in terms of like integrations.
Mm-hmm. I went from one invoice taking an hour and a half to taking 15 minutes. When I'm working with other factoring companies outside of Denim, I don't get the same vibe. I don't get the same friendliness, I was actually talking to y'all about that this morning.
Yeah.
I don't get the nicest phone calls, but that has not been my experience with Denim at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
Always helpful, always friendly, willing to go above and beyond to help. I love Denim.
Yeah.
The response time with Denim is just out of this world. If I have a problem, it takes 10 minutes to get an answer and it's fixed. I don't even have to do anything. It's hands off for me.
Denim is our financial partner. You guys, we feel like Denim is an extension of our team, and our outsourced you know, ARAP Group is our financial partner at Denim. You know, finance in the transportation space is complicated. It's complex. It's intimidating, right? It can be very overwhelming. And that's even for people who've been in this business for a really long time. There's a genuine peace of mind with you guys as our partner.
It takes the worry out of a lot of things.
It takes the worry out of a lot. Yeah, absolutely. First thing I would tell them to do is call
reach
you guys.
Denim. You gotta reach out to Denim. They'll help you. Yeah.
You know, shout out Lexi Ferris. Call one of her sales reps because she'll take care of you.